Hi everyone. So today we started the class with a new chapter, chapter number 3, page number 25, more about paint. So last year we spent a fair amount of time learning about different tools on MS Paint. We learned about different shapes and different brushes and different tools which are available in the ribbon area. And today we learned how to make a nest on MS Paint. So step number 1 is we select the watercolor brush from the brushes tool. We select this, yeah. Then size, I'm going to go with the third one, and we select dark. Okay, now this brown is not a very dark shade of brown, so I'm going to go to edit colors. And if you look at the slider over here, if you move the slider up, it's going to give you a lighter shade of brown. So the higher it goes, the lighter it becomes, the color. And the lower it goes, the darker the color becomes. So I want a little bit darker shade of brown, yeah? So I'm going to select this and then press OK. And then this brown, it gets added to the color palette over here, okay? Alright, so now what we're going to do is we're going to take our cursor to the bottom left corner of the screen, and then we're going to make a branch. It doesn't have to be a perfect branch, but make sure that you leave a gap over here, okay? There has to be a gap over here. Make sure you leave enough gap over here because we're going to make a nest over here. So there has to be a gap over here, okay? Alright, so I'm going to continue making a branch. So make sure that your branch is not too thin because you have to make a nest, and then you cannot find a nest on a very thin branch, right? Alright, so we're going to, okay, just a little bit more details. Alright, so this is the outline of the branch. So now that we have the outline ready, we're going to make the outline for the nest. Yeah, so now if you look here, there's a slightly curved line over here because we want to keep the nest on the curved side of the branch. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the lighter shade of brown now, and I'm going to select the same brush. We're not going to use any other brush, but the size we might need a smaller size, a little bit less thicker, okay? So we start by making a U shape. Okay, I think it went too wide. Alright, so we start by making a U shape for the nest. Try to make sure that a little bit wide, yeah? And then you give a few details. Try to make it like a bowl, yeah? Okay, so this one's like a bowl. And then we give a little bit detail over here, crooked lines, just to give that extra effect. So now I'm going to take a few other shades of brown. Okay, I think I'm going to go with red. A few other shades of red. So I'm going to select red, go to edit colors again, and I think I want a little bit lighter. Okay, it's going to go pink. Okay, I think I'll choose orange. Okay, so I don't want red. Okay, orange, edit colors. Okay, so we're going to go a little bit darker. Yeah, I think that's dark enough. So this one gets added to the palette. And now I want a little bit thinner, just to give that extra, effect. I'm not sure if this is doing the trick, but yeah. So just fill the empty gap, the few empty gaps that we have to fill. So I'm going to fill those gaps over here. Okay. Now, if you look here, now there is a gap over here, right? So make sure that you close all the gaps, okay? The reason why is because we're going to use the bucket icon over here. And if we use the bucket icon over here, if we fill this whole area with color, and then if there's a gap over here, then the whole thing is going to get filled with color. So we don't want that. So I want you all to close all the gaps that you see. If there's any gap that you see, I want you to use the brushes icon, the brushes tool, to close all the gaps. Yeah, and now I don't see any gap here, so I'm going to, yeah. So now let's go with any other shade of brown, try to fill it. Okay, I think it looks like a nest. Yeah, it doesn't have to be perfect. Just give that extra effect. So whenever you feel that you need, that extra lines or that extra edge around somewhere, you can add that. Yeah. So now we're going to make eggs. So I'm going to select the oval shape, and I'm going to place one egg over here. So I've placed one egg over here, and then there's another egg coming over here. So we have 2 eggs. And now since the egg is kind of going out of the nest, I'm going to select the eraser tool, and then I'm going to erase the part of the egg which is supposed to be inside the nest. So, because this is supposed to be the outer part of the nest, right? And the egg has to be inside the nest. So I'm just using the eraser tool to erase it, and then I'll cover the remaining part with this, so that it gives you an effect that the egg is inside the nest and not lying outside. Yeah. Okay. So a few details. Now if you want, you can color the eggs gray. It doesn't have to be a perfect white egg. So we fill the egg with gray color. Yeah. All right. So now that our nest and eggs are done, we're going to color the whole branch. So we're going to go and select the lighter shade of brown, and we'll select the watercolor brush, and the size is going to be the thickest. So we're going to color the entire thing. So this is what it looks like after I've colored the entire branch. And now, to give it details, I'm going to select the natural pencil. We're going to go with, let's go with orange, and then the size, it's going to be the smallest size, and then we're going to give it a little bit of detail. Okay, I think that's too small of a size. Let's go with the second one. Okay, so this one's not working. How about yellow? Okay, let's see. Alright, so what you do is just make lines all across to give it a effect. So now we're going to go with the same brush, which is a natural color, natural pencil. We're going to go with black now, and then we're going to give it a outline so that our branch has an outline. It doesn't have to be along the lines. Okay, so I think this brush is not working for me. Let's go with normal brush. Okay, all right. So let's make the outline. Yeah, I think this one works. So it doesn't have to be perfect along the lines. It can be messy, don't worry about it. So we just want to give it a outline so that at least it has a body. Now, the bucket icon, we go with light blue and then make it look like it's in the sky. Okay, and then we go with brown and then fill the rest of the areas with brown. If you don't like brown, then let's try a different color. How about this brown? Yeah, that's gonna work. And now for the clouds, I'm going to use the eraser tool and then the biggest size. Okay, I think we already have the biggest size, and then I make the outer shape of the clouds. One over here. Just try to fill the empty gaps. All right. So again, your cloud doesn't have to be perfect. It can be shaped like a butterfly or a flower. And then bucket icon, color one white, and then we're going to fill the cloud with white color. And then if you want, you can add some extra details like leaves if you want. Again, doesn't have to be like an exact tree. So few leaves. And then you can add a little extra detail by choosing a lighter shade of the green that you've already chosen for the leaf. So this is going to be the lighter shade. Brush is going to be the first one, and size, let's go with the second one. Yeah. Alright, so this is what the nest is supposed to look like, and if you have done it, please share your pictures with me. Alright, until then, bye bye.